Hi all, welcome to beginner series of Workato. Today we are going to explore a lookup table, message template and common data model. So before we move into our today's agenda, let's have a quick recap on what we have learned in the previous session. That is environment properties, API platform, and we explored about project properties as well. So please do check out our previous video. I'll be giving my previous video link in the description, as well as you can click on the I button at the right top of our video. So let's explore today's agenda, that is lookup table, message template and common data model by going to our workspace. So once you log into your workspace, this is how your workspace looks. Okay, at the right side, left side of your workspace is assets and projects, and followed by at the right side you will be exploring your project, the playlist. Okay, so here I have already have a few recipes already built for my previous session, as well as based on the previous videos, as well as today's session we are going to explore about three main parts, that is message template, lookup table and data model. So we'll explore these options via going to tools. Okay, first is lookup table. So lookup table, as we have already explored these options when we used a formula, right? Lookup formula. So this is the physical data lookup table which will be creating to use in the as a lookup formulas, as well as you can use as a component, lookup components or lookup connectors as a your for your recipes. Okay, so let's see one of lookup table how it looks. So you'll be giving your lookup table name according to based on your the data table name. So hence I gave here data hub, the data type as a conversion, because basically I'll be using as a Snowflake data type here, as well as the Workato data type. So I'll be converting the based on the required servers, the data hub. I'll be using these are the my data type. Okay, so this is the how we will be creating the lookup table and the lookup entries. So you'll have option to add entries as well here. So you can see here I'll be, if I click on the add entries, you'll be giving me option to create add the entries to the particular each of the columns. Okay, and there's one more option to create lookup table using import CSV. If suppose you have a CSV file which is maintaining this table already, you can just click on the import CSV and add the CSV file here. Okay, so you can use one is like new entries, or you can use a replace existing data. Okay, these are the two options you have available in this. And so there's the limitations of the lookup table is here are 10 columns and 1 lakh records. Okay, I've show you at the end of the session, like it's before we move into quiz part, I'll show you how can we increase the column entries. Okay, I'll show you that, and before that we'll move to our message template. Okay, so message template I have created for our this session to explore how it looks, the JSON template, like how can we use the message template as our for reference. Okay, so here I created HTML body. So you can create HTML body, or you can use a JSON or XML or a normal text. Okay, so here I can create a template as a user list, as a list of my list, as a list. So I'll be using this list as my template input. So I'll be giving, say example, if I give multiple inputs like user list, say example I have a 10 names, so that it will be acclimated as a template for this. So I can use this one template to acclimate 10 entries. Okay, this is the one. So so far I have not seen any what limitation of the message template so far, because it's not saying like any of the how many characters are allowed or how many sentences are allowed. Those things has a limitations wise, we're not seeing that so far. And third thing is to see common data model. So this already I have created for data model for your this session to explain how can we use it. So for the error message, okay. So error message, the template will be fixed, right? You will be using as a status, you will be using field name or error message, whether whether the validation error is present or not, or whether it's a runtime error or something kind of thing, right? So this particular template can be used any recipes. One time kind of for declarations you can use several times like that. So now we'll go to our workspace and explore the use case, that is the recipe. Okay, so I'll explain you what I have did here before running the recipes. So we used a trigger based trigger based schedule based trigger. Okay, now I have used get all entries from the lookup table. One is for explaining the lookup table. Second thing, I have used list, that is name list, which contains name, age, and amount. Okay, how what's his salary, or maybe what is amount his due is having. Okay, something kind of can use for. And I've used a add item list here to the same existing list which I created in the fourth step. So I'm adding few more names to that particular list. Now I've used this message template for accumulating this particular, how it can be used, the template, when it, like suppose say in your input is coming as a list. So instead of putting all the required, if you want only required fields, example name, age, amount, you can extract from that particular list and add it to this template. And I've used data model, the common data model, as error message for error message, and putting into the my error list part. Okay, so I've used the data model, that's common data model for my error message, which is says status as a failed due to error type. And I've used a field name and a error message, okay, to say what is the error type and error message. Okay, this is what I have used for. Now, as you already know how the usage of message template, lookup table, and data model be used. Okay, so now I'll just run this particular this job. Okay, and just go to the recipes and test recipes. One second, there's an error in this case. One second, check this. What is, yeah? So I have to use what? Step 4, right? So instead of step 2. Yeah, now I can just go to test recipes. Let's see what happens. So successful. If you see, I've used get all entries. I'll be having 2 entries in this case. Say sorry, 7 entries. So I got this 7 entries in the from the lookup table called data hub data type conversions, which I have shown you in the previously. So I have created a list. So that is like my name, age, and amount. It's like due in my list. And if you see, the item got incremented to 2 since I have added one more names into that. So now if you see the particular template, it's accumulated the my 2 names. Say example my name and the one more person name is Lakesh, right? So it's already added to the list. Now there's no error since it's not given me a message model, like data model, common data model, right? So what I do, I'll just put this in to check what will happen. Okay, so I'll add just I'll not add anything here due to validation error, just something to show you. Okay, just validation error. Okay, and here error messages, recipe is failed due to validation error. Okay, I'll just save it and just test it. Okay. So if you see here, it accommodated me the particular fields which I gave. It gives me the field name, error message, and the status, right? So this is about the 3 main topics that I've talked about: message template, data model, and lookup table. Now, as I promised, I'll show you how can we use the existing lookup table to increase the columns. Okay, what I'll do here is, let me use this entry. Okay, yeah, I can use this. Now what we can do here is, let me export the manifest file. Just say like lookup table, select the folder where I've used for. Just select, I will select all, and just go for the lookup table. Just choose this lookup table, okay, and just create manifest and build and export. You can see it, okay, and just go for download it. It's downloaded right now. And just go to my drive, and what I'll do here is I'll just extract it. You can see here, I can extract this. So you can see here, once I download the lookup table, right, it will be says its type is JSON file, right? So what I'll do here is I'll just go to this particular things. It says column is 10, right? Now what I'll do is I'll just copy this and just add 11 and column 11 and the string false. Okay, I'll not add anything here. Okay, I'll just remove this. Okay, this is now I'll just say like conversion one. Okay, to differentiate the previous lookup table. Okay, I'll just save it. Now what I'll do is I'll go to again the manifest content. Again, go back to the import part. I'll just click on this. I just click. I'll just say example. I have to again once again. Let me do the zip folder again. That particular folder I need to put it in the zip folder. I'll just put it in the compressive files. Okay, do this. Okay, now I'll go back to the again this one folder and click on this. Okay, so it's selected now. I'll go to again as a POC work instead of going to console. I'll just go to look at a playlist, select recipes. Okay, I'll exit. Let's see, it will, yeah, now you see it's already will be added. Okay, now let's see like after adding how it looks. Now I'll go back to the lookup table again. Now see, now if you see here, the previous data table name was conversion, and with the conversion I have said to differentiate between the previous lookup table, I have differentiate with the underscore one. So I'll just click on this. Now if you see, I just click on the lookup the configuration. See, if you see, you can say like the column now added 1 because the previously it is like 10, now it's added 11. So you can modify the existing JSON file and add the required fields, whatever required. You can add the column names and increase the column names. Okay, hope you understood what we are talking about to increase the how to increase basically the lookup table column names. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed this particular session. So let's go back to our the presentation part. Okay, so let's go to like quiz time now. Okay, the first question is, which of the following action can be performed using lookup table in Workato? The options are sending HTTP requests, transforming data formats, mapping values based on predefined conditions. Fourth one is creating folder in cloud storage. Okay, hopefully everyone answers this. Let me give you the answer. That is mapping values based on predefined conditions. Second question is, what is role of fields in data model? Options are they define the relationship between records. Second option is they specify the format and date type of data stored in records. Third option is they execute actions within a workflow. Fourth is they represent visual components in a workflow diagram. It's a straightforward question, so everyone can answer this. So I'll just give you the answer. Okay, so this is option B. They specify the format and type of data stored in records. So last question is, which of the following is not a valid use case for message template? Options are generating email notification with dynamic content, formatting data for display in Slack message, generating database queries, creating custom SMS messages. So I think we saw already the how what is the use of message template, how it be used in recipes, and how the format will be like, right? We use as a HTML template, but we can use JSON, XML, as well as the normal message like sentences. Okay, I think everyone answered this, I guess. So answer is generating database queries. So hence we cannot use database queries as a template to use that into the recipes. Okay. So hopefully you have understood the concept of message template, data model, and lookup table. So we'll we'll meet you in the next session. Until then, please take care and keep learning. Thank you.